Good afternoon, family. This is Tanjan Ujama Zoe from B1E1T1. This is just one of my little draft channels. And it's one of a few things I want to talk to you guys today. It's a beautiful day today, even though they trying to black out the sun. I know that's what they trying to do. Look out there. Oh, you can't even see that well. We'll forget them ghetto. Anyway. So, let me first give a shout out to Black World TV. That king goes. He's cleaning house and he's disciplinary with his platform. You know, showing some tough love. Dude, that's much love to that king. Keep up the good work. I love when Black people put other Black people in their place when they're getting out of line or getting, going off the tracks. You need to get back on that train track and keep going, right? We got to focus and we got to be on code. Can we talk about a couple of things? Let's talk about the first thing is being a follower. I stopped saying being a follower, because it's a difference between being a follower and joining a family. There you go. And I'm going to put you in that room. That's what I'm going to do. You're going to see me do this because I got a 2-year-old. And he liked to play with water, and he's going back to school next week, so I can go back and do my shift. You don't want any more cookie? No more cookie? No more vegan cookie? Where's your water cup at? Okay, so now that I got him all settled, so while he doing a darn thing, let me piggyback off, because I had some folks that was talking about, I had some folks that was being followers, and I know about being family and being followers. Okay, you got folks who really ain't family, but they just followers of drama and bullshit. So let me break this down. Remember the show, little sitcom shows, little Black sitcom shows. The first one was the Prince of Bel-Air. And remember how, supposedly Will Smith was getting into a lot of trouble where he had from home, and mom couldn't handle him no more. And she sent him away to be over in Bel-Air with the other family who was well off. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Believe it or not, there was a lot of Black families who sat there and saw that show, liked that show. And all of a sudden, they couldn't handle their children. So they always called their sisters or brothers or the uncles of the family, the aunties of the family, the couple who was well off, that lived in a nice area, grew up with some good kids. And it just so happens they had such a family. And they started calling them families, saying, I can't handle this child. I need you to come and get this child. And they would send that baby out there. And baby had to go live with the family. Sister's getting out of line. I can't handle this heifer. What to do with her? Oh, send her out here. Give me 1 year. And it just so happens it kind of worked. You have folks from the hood who couldn't handle their children that was in the hood, because all they saw was bull crap in the hood. And the mama and the father, or a single mom or a single dad, say, hey, it's too much going on here. I don't want my daughter seeing this. My daughter finna go live with my sister. She got it going on. All her kids is straight. And my daughter finna be straight right out there. And he would send his daughter out there to be with his sister and her husband and stuff. And everybody would turn out just fine, right? Then you had a different world. Oh my goodness. Nobody was talking about going to college until you saw a different world. As a matter of fact, nobody was talking about going to a Black college. You talking about Black college? Like, nah. If I go to college, I'm going to go to a community college. We thought that was the shit, the community college. But as soon as you saw a different world, HBCU started making some money. Because they see more and more Black people trying to fight to get into them Black colleges. And I was like, ooh, I want to go. Because, see, now I was inspired. Out here I am 11, 12, 13 years old. And I was like, one day, I want to go to them type of colleges. And you have family, that was down with that. Like, wow. Then you had you had folks who was hoping that when they graduate out of high school, that they was going to get their kids. They thought they were doing something, getting their kids to some HBCU colleges, from the Bay Area, because everybody over here was interracially mixing and all this stuff. But then when that starts hitting in, it was all about that red, black, and green and that medallion, that little African medallion stuff. So that was another thing. And then you had, school days and drumline and all these different things. And that inspired some black folks. When they went to school, a lot of folks was joining, have family talking about, so you want to pledge, you want to be with the Alpha Kappa Psi in them. Yep. And here we go. To this day, I got a couple of cousins that they were little pig squeaks, little badasses when they was younger, getting a little ass whooped all the goddamn times. They was getting into shit. Now they coming out here thinking they the shit because they pledged and they were Alpha Kappa Psi and all these different fraternity and sorority teams. I got one snobby ass cousin I don't really deal with. She got a husband. And beautiful. They married black. That was wonderful. They got it going on. And they're in Washington. They live in Washington. But I'm just saying, all this is the influence of what we see on TV. And I think it was a test. I think they were testing us mentally. Now you got your housewives of Atlanta, your basketball wives, all your little sleazy shit that involves some black folks that, doing some dumb shit, like being followers. And you inherit that energy and you bring it. And now I'm going to talk about all the way up to now. Let's talk about that now. The energy that is being brought to on different platforms and different channels is way off. Like, this is not code. When black people are trying to come together, why don't y'all sit down and let us all come together? If you don't want to come together and you want to continue to squirrel and be with your flea-bitten female or your lice-carrying female or male, then do that. But don't sit there and think you can date out your race and be pro-black and then get on certain channels and attack somebody for wanting to love black. I just think you should just stay out. This is not about you. You have a lot of work to do for those who want to interracially mix and come together. You got a lot of work to do. But if you're trying to stick by your people, it's not a lot of work. It don't take long for you to sit there and say, well, shit, I don't like this dude. I don't like this female, but but I hate white supremacists the worst. As much as I don't like this chick or this brother, I'm going to stick by them regardless. I'm just going to say this. I was kind of bothered when the king from Black World TV said he was reading some of the comments regarding Grandmaster Jay. And all I kept hearing was maybe about 7 or 8 people saying that he scammed Master Jay. So let me ask you this, because we haven't learned nothing yet. Listen, what is scam Master Jay? What has he scammed you from? Tell me, what has he scammed you from? What is it? Did he do like Dr. Umar Johnson, say that I was going to go and open up a school and 11 years later you still haven't seen the school or in the result where the money has supposed to have went, and yet he's broke and you can't even get that money back because basically he scammed you out of your money thinking about school, and he really never opened up a school. He needs help. That's how I look at it. He needs help. And I'm not in a negative way. I just think people should just reach out without giving him money and find ways to help this brother and just help him get back on track, because he speaks a lot of truth, but he used that truth to scam, and that's dangerous. You can't do that. That's not right. Who else? You got a lot of people who's unsubscribed from Tariq Nasheed because after the pandemic, a lot of people was listening to Michi X go off because he came at her file, and Michi X says, listen, I don't like the fact that you wait until after the pandemic, you using people. First of all, she was already upset that he was charging so much money to be at a place full of white folks where they at, not from the hood, to try to reach them. And what are you trying to do? What are you going to do? You looking good. You want to be a superstar. You want to be like Hollywood, basically. Again, brother and sister fighting and arguing, one getting on the other one. and probably telling them right. Sometimes when you tell someone right, your feelings get hurt and you want to go back and clap back because you think someone's putting you down or capping on you. And that's some type of stuff that takes growing. That's just growing pains on the part of the receiver, because she was right. She gave people back their money. He did not. And a lot of people said, "Where's my money, Tariq?" And a lot of people unsubscribed from him after listening to her. Michi X break it down. She wasn't bashing him at all. She was breaking it down, and there's people who were getting on the channel doing dumb things and saying dumb things. She had cussed them out, not cussing Tariq out, cussing them out regarding Tariq. Because listen, you have to hold people accountable for certain things, and they get out of line, especially when they got your money and you haven't seen your money get back to you, or you haven't received a product, or you didn't see any results. You didn't get your money worth, right? And you want your money back, and they didn't have your money. Well, listen, this is what you simply have to do. You have to go to the bank and tell people, hey, I bought a service from this person and I have not received my product. Therefore, I want my money back. And it's just going to have to, that's the only way you get your money back. It works. Just call your bank, and that's how you do it. You know, you had Brother Polite. He admit that he scammed a lot of his people and came on now. I appreciate it, but I had to unsubscribe from him. You know, I unsubscribed from Tariq Nasheed 8 years ago because now, you know, to me, he was being anti-black women. I for real. You know, the only thing we're good for is having sex and in the bed and out the bed, and then I'm going to leave you to go be with a white woman. I mean, it was just sad to me, because I was so looking forward for him to just focus on white supremacy and going after white supremacy, and yet I'm hearing him praising the Boogaloo Boys a lot, and it just questions to me, you know, Sonetta, you know, exposing him the way Sonetta did. And I unsubscribed from Sonetta. He was too dramaphobic. He was dramatized. He was all drama, just yelling and screaming and stuff. Just didn't understand. But you know, I had to unsubscribe because it was just too much of our people going at it. And that energy kind of depressed me. I just didn't want that energy. I needed somebody who was stand firm and stand tall. You know, I hung in there with Professor Griff, because he's the hardest one for me to unsubscribe from. And now it's like Professor Griff is the best thing that ever happened now. Like, shout out to Professor Griff. That's Uncle Griff, you know. But he hasn't scammed from anybody. He scammed no one, you know. Michi X scammed no one, you know. There's people who call Jason Black a scammer. Golly, he scammed no one. He showed results. He's telling you what he's going to do. And if you're down with it, donate. You don't really need your money, but he'll tell you better than I can, you know. But if you're going to donate to putting billboards in your city about reparations and protecting black women and things like that, he would do that. He's done it. He's helped him and his family help build a lot of people out of jail. That I know for sure, because I was on his channel. I'm a huge fan of Jason Black. There's some things he said I don't agree with when it comes to black women. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I don't agree with, but it is not so difficult where I can't follow him because my feelings is hurt. Goodness, I mean, if your feelings is hurt, maybe this is not meant for you to follow Jason Black. He's not really attacking the sisters. I see more brothers complaining about Jason Black than the sisters, to be honest with you. I've seen more of them complaining and calling him a scam, and you know, he ain't nobody. He think he know he's a narcissist. I've heard it all from a lot of brothers who's getting put in a place. And so no, he don't go after the sisters as hard as he does the brothers. I'm a follower of Jason Black for damn near almost 3 years now. And I really appreciate the work that brother does. And he's a friend of Tariq, and that's good. One thing don't got nothing to do with the other. You know, he likes Tariq for one thing. Me, I need everything to be straight and up for my people. If you're not for my people, I can't follow you. If you're for scamming my people, I cannot follow you. And I'm telling you this, for those who calling Grandmaster Jay a scammer, what has he scammed you from, and did you get your product? What product did you buy from him? What did you give him money for and he's never giving you the money back? Did you have to wait 3 weeks to a month before you can hear from him? Have he ran from you when you asked for your money? I just need to know, did you buy a gun that didn't work, that came from Grandmaster Jay and it just didn't work, and you're asking him, man, I need a new gun, or I want my money back, and you haven't heard from him? I need to know, what has he scammed you from? Because all I see is a bunch of followers, not being family. And how we gonna come together as black people and be on code to go against white supremacy? Some of y'all don't even want to be free. Some of y'all love y'all white counterparts in your swirling and all the shit. Some of y'all like beating up on women. Some of y'all like thinking if you talk to a woman, she needs to shut up and be a puppet, be a rag doll for you. You know, you can do all the talking you want, run your mouth like a little bitch. I get it. It's a whole bunch of them Midtown brothers running around here. Some hoteps running around here thinking when they talk to a woman, you need to shut up. No, you need to be quiet and stop being in a woman's lane, because you can't tell no woman how to be a woman. You can't. A sister have to tell a woman how to be a woman, just like I can't tell my son how to be a man. My son has uncles and cousins, male cousins he goes to. So I'm very, very smart about me knowing what to do around my son. I don't even get dressed around my son. I just don't. He don't need to see me put on a bra and underwear. He don't need to see me put on a dress. Now he see me with a dress on, but he's not gonna see me put on a dress. Okay, he go, how you get that on? He gonna have to figure that out for himself. Breastfeeding is over. He don't need to know. He don't need to see me put a bra on. You know, he's young boy. He's and I'm all right with it. I actually embrace his roughness. You know, so yeah, he needs to be around some real brothers. He don't need to be around some brother that believes in beating up on women. That's somebody who got mommy issues. They daddy wasn't there, and they got mommy issues because she blaming everything on the man. You know, he hurt her, broke her heart, and blaming everything on the man. He has to hear that all the goddamn time, so he hates the woman. He can't hate his mama per se, so he takes it out on the female he's getting at or talking to, because he got mommy issues. He really want to spaz at his mama and say, look, I'm sick of you talking about daddy like that. That's probably why he left. I don't know what to do, what to do. But instead you blame it. It's the woman you sleeping with fault. That type of stuff, that gotta die. I gotta die. I don't believe in none of that stuff. If you can't be equal with your lady and let her be a woman, and then you be a man and let her allow you to be a man, then y'all don't need to be together. But I digress. My thing is, what did Master Jay scammed you from? I just need to know about the scam part. All right. Peace.